Have you ever hit a wall? That moment when your mind screams at you to quit, to give up, to take the easy way out. We all have that voice in our head, the one that whispers excuses, magnifies our fears, and tells us we've reached our limit. We listen to it, and we stay comfortable, safe, and stuck. But what if there was another voice you could cultivate? A voice that doesn't just whisper, but roars. A voice that tells you to get up, push harder, and face the uncomfortable truths you've been avoiding. Today, we're diving into the mind of the man who embodies that roar, David Goggins. This is a man who, from a background of poverty, horrific abuse, obesity, and learning disabilities, transformed himself into the only member of the U.S. Armed Forces to complete SEAL training, Army Ranger School, and Air Force Tactical Air Controller training. He holds the Guinness World Record for pull-ups, completing 4,030 in 17 hours, and has been called the fittest real man in America. His book, Can't Hurt Me, is not just a memoir. It's a brutal, unfiltered boot camp for your mind. It's a blueprint for unlocking your true potential by embracing pain and taking absolute ownership of your life. So prepare yourself. This isn't about feeling good, it's about getting good. Here are 10 lessons from Can't Hurt Me to forge an unbreakable mind. 1. The accountability mirror, confronting your reality. Goggins is blunt. Nobody is coming to save you. The first and most crucial step is to take full, radical responsibility for your life. The story. At 24 years old, David Goggins was nearly 300 pounds, working a dead-end job as a cockroach exterminator. His future looked bleak. One night, he saw a documentary about the grueling training of the Navy SEALs, and it sparked something in him. He realized he was the only one who could change his pathetic situation. So he created what he calls the accountability mirror. He took sticky notes and wrote down every single brutal truth about himself. Fat, stupid, lazy, and plastered them on his bathroom mirror. He forced himself to look at his failures every single day. He understood that the most important conversation you'll ever have is the one you have with yourself. This wasn't about self-loathing. It was about radical honesty as the foundation for change. 2. The 40% rule. You have more in the tank. This is one of Goggins' most famous concepts. He argues that when your mind tells you that you're completely done, that you have nothing left to give, you are actually only at about 40% of your true capability. The story. Goggins discovered this rule when he decided to run a 100-mile ultramarathon with almost no specific training. By mile 70, his body was shutting down. He was urinating blood and had lost control of his bowels. Every signal from his brain was screaming, "Stop!" But he realized his mind had a governor, like on a car engine, designed to protect him from pain and discomfort by limiting his performance. He decided to override it. He pushed through the agony and finished all 101 miles in just over 19 hours. That's when he knew our perceived limits are lies our brains tell us to stay safe. To unlock the other 60%, you have to get comfortable being very, very uncomfortable. 3. Callous your mind, building mental toughness. Just as your hands develop hard calluses from physical labor, your mind can be hardened by intentionally facing suffering. Goggins believed you must callous your mind. The story. Goggins failed the infamous Navy SEAL BUDS training twice. On his third attempt, he was diagnosed with 16 stress fractures in his legs. The doctors told him to quit. Instead, he wrapped his feet and ankles in thick socks and duct tape to create a makeshift cast and kept going. The pain that would have crippled most people became his new normal. By repeatedly facing that physical and mental torment, his mind became calloused. Pain was no longer a stop sign. It was just a signal that he was pushing his boundaries and getting stronger. 4. The cookie jar. Fueling yourself with past wins. When you're in the middle of hell, you need fuel. Goggins teaches us to create a mental cookie jar. The story. The cookie jar isn't about tangible rewards. It's a mental inventory of every obstacle you've ever overcome, every success you've ever had. When you feel like quitting, you reach into that mental cookie jar and pull one out. Remember that test you aced? Remember that time you helped someone in need? For Goggins, his cookies were things like surviving his abusive childhood or passing the tough military exam. These small sparks of past victories become the fuel for your present-day battles. They remind you of the warrior you've been, so you can be the warrior you need to be right now. 5. Life is pain. It never gets easier, you get stronger. This is a core tenet of his philosophy. Life is not designed to be easy. It's filled with pain, failure, grief, and uncertainty. You can either be a victim of that reality or use it. The story. Goggins' entire life is the example. From the beatings he endured as a child to the relentless punishment of his training, he learned not to run from hardship, but to expect it. He embraced it. This mindset shift is critical. When you accept that life will always throw challenges at you, you stop asking, "Why me?" and start focusing on what you can control, your own strength. As he says, life doesn't get easier, you get stronger. 6. Pain as a path to peak performance. For Goggins, pain isn't just something to be endured, it's the very path to unlocking your highest potential. Instead of running from it, you have to make friends with it. The story? The abuse, the learning disabilities, the obesity. Goggins took all the pain from his early life and weaponized it. It became the fuel for his ambition. In his journey to become a SEAL, he failed 3 times before succeeding on his 4th. He pushed his body to the breaking point, suffering severe injuries like broken leg bones. But by facing that pain head-on, he discovered reserves of strength and resilience he never knew existed. The pain was the gateway to a new level of performance. 7. Stop being a bitch. The call to end complacency. This is Goggins at his most raw. It's his blunt way of telling people to stop making excuses and start fighting back. He believes modern society has made us soft and that we give up far too easily. In one ultramarathon, Goggins had broken bones in his feet halfway through the race. Did he stop? No. He kept running and finished the 100 miles. This almost inhuman level of tolerance reflects his core belief. You have to be so hardcore that you don't even listen to your own pain when it's telling you to quit. It's a challenge to all of us. When we complain about minor inconveniences, Goggins' example forces us to ask, are we just being a bitch? 8. Growth from doing what you think you can't do. True growth only happens outside your comfort zone. If you only do what's easy or what you're already good at, you will stagnate. The story? David Goggins famously says he hates running. So what does he do? He runs every single day. He constantly seeks out the hardest challenges and the most uncomfortable jobs. He worked as a wildland firefighter for just $12 an hour, a brutal job he didn't need, simply to push his limits. By intentionally doing the things he didn't want to do, he forged an unbelievable level of mental and physical strength. 9. The what-if question. Overcoming self-doubt. This is the question Goggins uses to flip the script on his own self-doubt and imagine a greater possibility. The story? When he was a 300-pound cockroach sprayer, the dream of being a Navy SEAL seemed utterly impossible. But instead of letting that reality crush him, he He asks himself a powerful question. What if it is possible? What if I, a black kid from a broken home with a mountain of insecurities, could actually become a Navy SEAL? That what if question opened a door in his mind. It allowed him to envision success and gave him the power to start taking the brutally hard steps required to make it a reality. 10. You find peace by going to war with yourself. True inner peace, according to Goggins, doesn't come from meditation on a quiet mountaintop. It comes from winning the daily war against the weakness and negativity inside your own mind. Goggins battles his own demons every single day. The war is his daily commitment to not slide back into the old, weak version of himself. It's forcing himself to run when he hates it. It's stretching for 2 to 3 hours every night to manage his injuries. By constantly going to war with his own desire for comfort and ease, he gains control over his mind. He says you must learn to conquer your own mind before your mind conquers you. That victory is where true peace is found. So, to sum it all up, Can't Hurt Me is a staggering testament to human transformation. Its core message is that our true potential is buried under layers of self-imposed limitations. Goggins provides a philosophy rooted in total accountability, embracing discomfort as a tool for growth, and pushing past that 40% wall your brain erects. This book offers no shortcuts, only a call to action, to do the hard work, to build mental armor, and to understand that life never gets easier. You just get stronger. If this deep dive into mental toughness and unlocking human potential resonates with you, then you've come to the right place. That's exactly what we aim to do here at The Book Whisperer. We break down powerful, life-changing books to give you the wisdom and tools to solve your real-life problems. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss our next episode.